Hello, I'm Harry Cullinane from alle Publishing, and together with National Geographic Learning, I would like to introduce you today to our new course, which is called New Close Up. It's for the secondary schools here in Italy, so the secondo grado, the biennio, and the triennio. And what I would like to do today is just go through the some of the key features of the course, a unit walkthrough, look at the teacher's support materials, and hopefully do all of that in 10 minutes if we are lucky. So I'll try and go as quickly as possible, and thanks for being with me here today. Okay, you've got the 4 levels here, A2 through to the B2, and you can see the covers which I've got on the PowerPoint. And the thing about working with National Geographic Learning, the great thing about it is that as a publisher, they're able to use and offer authentic and informative content to help students with their world as they transition from teens into adulthood. Okay, so the content is engaging, it's aligned with the global viewpoint of today's students, and you'll see that right the way throughout the course New Close Up. Okay, so moving on. One of the key features about this course is that it provides a comprehensive skills development with a rich range of tasks to actively develop the students' listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills, which you can see here on the screen. Another key feature of the course, and these are just some examples of the listening and the speaking, the reading and the writing. Okay. Another key feature of the course is the amount of exam support. Okay, it's very predominant. Okay, and exam preparation and exam practice. Okay, so the thing that jumps out on the page as I go through my screen here, I can see for every single skill lesson. So, for example, listening, there's also an exam focused type activity. In the case of exam tips and exam tasks. So the exam tips providing guidance, and the exam tasks are providing practice. Okay, and you'll see them right the way throughout the course book as the students go through the course book. Okay, and then these are just some more further examples of, in this case, the speaking activities in the book and the course. Okay, you can see that each of those will come every single time with an exam tip and an exam task. But we'll look at that in a little bit more detail. Another key feature of the New Close Up is the learner well-being sections. Okay, and what do I mean by learner well-being? Well, learner well-being or student well-being is becoming a focal point in education, especially in secondary schools. Okay, and you'll find learner well-being being explicitly referenced in the education policies of different countries. Okay, it's been picked up by the OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. And then it's in the mission statements of schools and cited by educators and as a personal goal for their courses in classrooms. Okay? What do I mean by learner well-being in this particular context? Well, according to the PISA, the Program for International Student Assessment, which is run by OECD, student well-being is made up of 4 components. Okay, and these are psychological, physical, cognitive, and social. And in New Close Up, you'll find all of these domains or dimensions, if you like, addressed in one form or another. Okay, so the way we have approached it in New Close Up is with the Live Well, Study Well sections, and you'll find these in every second unit in the book. Okay, so the outcomes of the learner well-being is that basically it's critical for learners of this age at this time in their lives, but it improves their learning outcomes and it helps them with exam success. Okay, so we've approached it through this. We've approached it through the Live Well, Study Well sections. Okay, you'll find them, like I said, in every second unit of the book, and they offer opportunities to students to consider and practice a variety of useful skills within these 4 domains, and of course they help with kind of promoting English fluency as well. Okay, so like some of the things that we touch upon are social and emotional issues, autonomy, critical thinking, life skills, communication and collaboration. These are all assessed in the Live Well, Study Well sections. Okay, now you'll see here the live well, study well sections, they offer and introduce a life or study skill that the students will need to manage their personal and academic life in and beyond the classroom. So you can see here the huge range of topics that are covered in the 4 levels. Okay, and so we're really excited about this. Okay? The main topic of the lesson is first presented through a variety of text types, from infographics, articles, quizzes, like these ones here. Let me just scroll back so you can see them here on the screen. Quizzes, lists, etc. And they're there to provoke thought and conversation. These topics are supported with guiding questions that help students reflect on the topic, interrogate the information, and connect it with their own lives and experiences. Okay, so here, for example, tips with using social media. They're then the Mind Your Mind sections. These provide tips and suggestions for students to improve their social and emotional well-being. Okay, and the Mind Your Mind sections, you'll find them also all the way throughout the course book, and there are numerous. They come together with the Live Well, Study Well sections. Okay, and your project to finish off the part on Live Well, Study Well, there's your project, and this gives students the opportunity to put what they have learned into practice. It gives them a platform to practice presentation skills and to work effectively as part of a team. So to further support learning well-being, there are also 3 self-study videos for each level of the series. Okay, so for the A2 level, the 3 videos, for the B1 level, 3 videos, and so on. So it's a very key feature of the book, and there's a lot of support in the teacher's book for all these Live Well, Study Well sections. Okay. One last thing about kind of key features is the mediation. Okay, and the mediation, this is something that New Close Up supports both for the teacher and for the student in understanding this skill and building kind of confidence in the classroom when using mediation skills. Okay, so every student book unit contains activities that look at mediation skills. There's a highlighted features in the teacher's book which helps teachers approach this subject in the classroom, and so teachers are supported with clear notes that explain every aspect of mediation and how it's featured in the course book. Okay, so that's just some of the key features I wanted to point out with the course. Quickly, I'm going to take you through a unit walkthrough, okay, and it's just to show you what a unit looks like, okay, and yeah, I think we're on time. We should get through it in the 10 minutes which we've allocated for this today, okay. So there's a unit opener, and as always with the Nat Geo course books, it opens with an engaging photo that works with the unit title to introduce students to the topic, okay. And there are some questions, to help students engage and promote discussion. Okay. The focus of each lesson is shown at the top of each page. So, for example, here, reading. Okay, and the reading lesson begins with warm-up activities to introduce key vocabulary and get students thinking about the topic. Okay, students are also, so you can see these here, just to get the students warmed up to the topic. But for each of the skills, there's also, like I said, the students are provided with an exam tip and an exam task. Okay, so each tip teaches them a new strategy for exam success. Okay, an exam task gives the student opportunity to test themselves. And the target grammar and vocabulary is presented through engaging reading texts from a variety of genres. And there's a word focus section here which provides a glossary of words that are important to the meaning of the text, but maybe are out with the student's level at this the target level. Okay. After that, we have the vocabulary and grammar sections, and the vocab lessons focus on key language required to achieve success in exams and in the world beyond the classroom. So there are regular listening activities. Give the students the opportunity to hear the correct pronunciation of new vocabulary. There's also the Your Ideas feature, which appears throughout the course, and this provides prompts for students to talk in pairs or groups, and specific reference to their own experiences and viewpoints. Okay? Grammar is presented in the context of the unit topic. okay, and the activities progress from controlled practice to more challenging activities. And the grammar reference is found at the back of the book, okay. With the listening and speaking, the task types in the listening lesson build in complexity to guide students towards the successful completion of the exam task. And the audio tracks use the unit vocabulary also, which is important, and grammar, giving the students the opportunity to hear them in new contexts. And the listening and speaking lessons always culminate in an exam task, which you can see here on the page. Okay? So the speaking lessons, it provides plenty of opportunities for students to put the target language to use. Okay? Then we've got the second spread of vocabulary and grammar. And the second vocab lesson introduces new vocabulary and consolidates the language presented throughout the unit. There's a remember feature, okay, which appears in some of the vocabulary and grammar lessons. It provides useful explanations and reminders about language structure. And the last thing to say about the vocabulary and grammar is that the second grammar lesson in the unit introduces a new grammar point as well as revising the previous grammar input. Okay. So then we have the writing, okay, and the writing lesson gives the students the opportunity to demonstrate their skills through a variety of writing tasks, emails, blogs, stories, and you'll see that here. There's also a learning focus feature. This provides students with useful tips on how to approach the writing topic, okay. There's a useful language box somewhere. I think we might have lost it, not to worry, okay. Let's go back again. And there's a useful language box. It's in there somewhere, yeah. And this helps students with phrases, expressions, and again, there's the exam task and the exam tip in the exam task feature. There's also a reflection, okay, just that gives a kind of a roundup, a revision check for the students to go back and check that they've done everything in the course, in the unit, okay. So I mentioned the live well, study well feature, okay, and every second unit contains a live well, study well lesson, which introduces a life or study skill and it's linked to a well-being topic, okay. So these are designed to help students, equip students with the skills they will need to manage their personal and academic life and their future career, okay. So there are all sorts of activities, critical thinking, there's projects. Your project gives the students the opportunity to put what they've learned into practice. And you know, the mind your mind, I think we saw the mind your mind feature as well, okay. So that's the course book, just what we've got for teachers, and this is probably one of the most important parts of the course, okay. So first of all, the student's got the student book, the workbook, everything is on Be Smart. We will provide simplified units for the students. There's an insert, educazioni civica, at the A2, the B1 levels. There's a build up to the A1, there's Invalsi at B2, so lots of stuff there for the students. For the teacher, this is an example of some of what we have for the teacher, okay, exam support, really, all the support you will need with the live well, study well sections, mediation skills, there's grammar guides, everything's on a USB stick. There's Be Smart Digital, there's a testing platform, a test generator, you've got everything. The teacher has everything they need to manage the course efficiently and easily. These are just some examples from what you will find in the teacher's book, okay. So if we're talking about the exam, when we look to the exam tip and the exam task, for example, the live well, study well sections that you'll find in the teacher's book. The grammar guide, I'm going to go back a page. The mediation skills, for example, there's, you've got all the backup that you need as a teacher, okay? And it fits with all classrooms, be it, just the paper version, whether you need a blended version, only the digital version, you've got everything you need there also. Bear in mind that everything is on the Be Smart platform. And if you want to come back to me, you want to look at the Be Smart platform with me, I'm very happy to do that, okay? Just to helping teachers succeed, these are some of the features that we have. The companion website, the Be Smart classroom, there's the test generator, and teaching lessons live through the Be Smart platform. Again, just to make sure you know that you've got all the backup you need as a teacher. Okay, there's the companion website with Ellie, Grupo Ellie, and these are some of the features that you will find on the website, and that is it really. Okay, that's everything I wanted to say to do today. Thank you for taking the time to be with me. I've gone over time. My name is Harry Cullinane. You can see my email here, which is h.cullinane@ellieonline.com. Please feel free to get in touch with me. Once again, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this brief presentation.